The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the producers and the individuals appearing on this program, and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the staff of the Sun Prairie Media Center, its members or underwriters, the board members of the Media Center Commission, Charter Communications, TDS Telecom, or the staff and elected officials of the City of Sun Prairie.
Okay, hey, it's the Rich and Carter Show. We're in episode number 3. I'm Rich.
I'm Carter.
And how's everybody doing out there?
Hope you guys are getting some good weather because it's pretty cold out right now.
But we're talking in the camera, and like people are going to answer us.
Yeah, that's how it works.
I don't know. Yeah, that's strange. Hey, how you doing, son?
I'm good, pops.
Good. Did you have a good week?
Yeah, I had pretty okay week.
Yeah. Do you have any comments about the weather that we've had lately?
Yeah, we're getting like pretty like 10 degrees, 20 degrees. It's a little bit chilly. I need to bring my jacket sometimes because I get a little cold outside.
I know. We do. We had a snowstorm this week.
Yeah.
Right, and I'd like to remind the audience that it is April, and we had a snowstorm Wednesday, I think.
Yeah, it's typical weather.
Yeah, I just I don't understand it, and I'm ready for summer. Carter, how about you?
Yeah.
Or we should start with spring. I'm ready for spring.
Yeah, spring's pretty good. I heard that's when the weasels come out.
The weasels, yes, weasels are in our part of Wisconsin. We have a celebration it's called Weasel Spring.
Yeah, it's where there's like you play a game. It's like there's rings set up in the park, and you can take a weasel, and you can like throw it in the rings, and it's based off a point system, so you can like grab it by the tail and whip it around a little bit, and then you can get a good, and you compete with your friends to see who can throw the weasel the farthest.
Yeah, and this is always in the springtime, which is odd. I'm not sure where that tradition, how far that dates back.
I think it started somewhere in like Germany.
In Germany, and it's well, there's a lot of Germans in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So they probably brought it over, right?
Yeah, like Bavaria or something.
From factories come a great many of the things that make life better, easier, and more fun for all of us.
So yeah, Weasel Spring Fest. It's called Weasel Spring Fest.
Yeah.
It's been around for a good 150 years, and it's only common to Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Lately, there's been large outcries from PETA, protection of what is
the
that?
bread?
No, not PETA.
I've eaten pita bread sometimes.
Pita bread's good, but PETA. I mean, what the protection of
PETA cat?
No, they protect animals.
Oh, Peppa Pig.
No, PETA. And if Jake was on mic, he could help us. But we're in a different studio today.
We're on a new set, so.
Yeah, the other studio, the TriCaster.
It caught on fire.
Yeah, it was smoking. Jake had to run and throw water on it, which. It being electrical equipment, I'm not sure if that was the best call.
Yeah, I don't know. But like.
But that TriCaster is down.
Yeah.
So we're moved into a new studio today. It's a junior studio.
Yeah.
And feels the same to me.
Yeah, it feels home sweet home.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. But I guess circling back to my point, we can't rope Jake in for comments.
Yeah.
And he's been really good with that. He's been really good overall, Carter.
Yeah.
We bring him donuts and doilies.
Yeah.
It will drown all your troubles and cares and woes. Just order 2 sidles of lager or 3. If I don't want to drink it, please force it on me.
Okay, so we're going to move on. We're going to segue into, I had a new idea for how we can take up, the time that we need to take up because we don't plan. But I looked up a website for strange news stories, bizarre and strange news stories, and I found one, Carter. You want me to read a strange news story to you? Okay, hang on. I'm just going to pull up my iPad. This is a brand new iPad because I lost my other iPad. I have no idea where. Do you have it?
We suspected the cats ate it because they're looking a little bit more chubbier than usual.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just their diet.
Yeah, that's what you tell me. But did you take it?
No, if I took it, I would have broke it.
Oh, you would have broken it. Okay. Bizarre news stories. New segment of the show. Let's just wing ding it and see what happens here, Carter.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read.
Go ahead.
The poop train's reign of terror in small town Alabama has ended.
Thank God.
Just take a guess. What is this headline about? The poop train? What does this mean?
It could mean a number of things. Is that a new story?
Yeah, that's the headline of the story, but I guess we can play a game and try to guess what the story's about. What do you think? The poop train's reign of terror has ended.
I'd say it's probably like a train full of poop.
Okay, I think you're right. I'll just give you I'll just read what it is really quick here. For upwards of 2 months, a train brimming with sewage sludge has been squatting uninvited near fields used for youth baseball, simmering in the afternoon sun.
Wow.
Making it noisome presence. I've never heard of that word, noisome, Noisome, making its noisome presence known even in the darkness of night. In a word, Mayor Heather Hall told the Associated Press earlier this week, it smells like death. It's crazy,
I'd
right?
Say so, yeah.
But it appears the tiny town may be finally waking from its long nightmare. I have wonderful news, Hall announced Wednesday. She explained that the containers of excrement aboard the train have been transported to and emptied at their intended destination in Madison, Wisconsin, near the Sun Prairie Library.
The train has work to do. It got the job 100 years ago, and will have it tomorrow, carrying the load. The train has a single statement to make. Coming through.
Let's ask some questions.
Questions.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're a newcomer to the Rich and Carter show, he's my son, by the way. If you're a newcomer, one of our most cherished traditions of our show, in show number 3, is to read conversation cards. And we've been doing that since the beginning, all the way back 2 shows ago.
Yeah, it feels like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, and we basically, because we don't plan, we rely on these cards to help the conversation chug along. So here we go. Am I going to read to you?
Yeah.
All right, I'll read to you. A question for Carter, a conversation starter card. Carter. What do you love about your hometown?
Let me think. My hometown. You know, there's a lot of things I could talk about my hometown. There used to be an old barber named Jimmy Smith. He used to have these large...
I remember Jimmy.
Yeah, he used to have a large pair of shears. Whenever you'd come into a shop, he'd always say like, "Hey, can I cut your head off?" And we'd always laugh because that just made us giggle with glee because we were so excited to see him. He always wore his traditional apron, and he didn't have any hair, but that's all right. And usually he took like his shears, and even when we say we went a little bit off, he'd like shave the whole thing off, and we wouldn't get mad at him because we know he's trying his best. But next time we would just correct him and say, okay, Jimmy, next time just do what we say. And I think the most memorial time we had with Jimmy was when I sat down and I said that I wanted to have my hair over my ears, and instead he shaved the top of my head off, and I
That
felt
was a problem. I remember when that happened.
yeah, I felt pretty upset,
It's not
and
good.
I kind of wanted to punch him, but instead I ran off, and I've never heard from him again.
Yeah.
For more than 6,000 years, the art of cutting hair has been practiced as a craft. In ancient Egypt, barbers trimmed the square-cut beards of the pharaohs. Today, they care for the square cuts on top of the head. The modern mirrored barbershop of today is quite different from the tonsorial parlor of 50 years ago. But the barber's work remains the same. A never-changing part of his job is reassuring youngsters who, while they may not object violently, are still a bit hesitant about a haircut.
Do you want to ask me a question now?
Sure. Let's see. When you're down, what makes you feel better?
Carter, I got a one-word answer for that.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but it's actually a couple words. Sunny flowers swaying in the springtime wind.
So, Matt.
Daisies. When the warm wind comes in from the plains, and the daisies.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you like doing drugs.
No. Carter, where would you choose to live if you had to leave the country?
If I had to live anywhere, I'd pick Siberia because Siberia, they have like polar bears, and like if I was ever thirsty, I could just pick up some snow and just lick it, and I'd make sure not to pick up any yellow snow because that's dangerous. And in Siberia, I could get used to the cold temperatures because it's really cold here, and I could even invite some friends over and we could just play in the snow all day.
Would you be rushing? No, would you be rushing to Siberia? Like hurrying up to get there?
No, I'd take my time.
Do you get it? Would you be rushing to get
Yeah,
to
I mean,
Siberia?
people usually like to rush on long plane trips, but I'd take my time. I'd just sail over there nice and smooth.
Would you be rushing to get to Siberia?
No, I said I'd take it calmly.
All right. Okay. So your turn to ask me a question.
Do you have any superstitions?
I'm really glad you brought that up because this morning I woke up and I put my left leg into my left pant leg, and I freaked out because usually I start off the day with my right leg into my right pant leg.
Yeah.
So I immediately discarded my pants and started over and put in the right leg
Yeah.
into the right pant leg.
Yeah, I've made that
and
mistake too sometimes.
You know what happened to me the last time? I put my left leg unknowingly into my left pant leg
You mean
and
your right-
continued on with the day. You know what happened to me?
Did you break your neck?
No. Somebody threw acid in my face down on Sun Prairie Main Street.
Oh. Yeah, I don't like it when that happens. I prefer acid when I'm at home.
Yeah, it's just, number one, it's inappropriate.
Hmm.
And number two, would you be rushing to get to Siberia?
Why, that's a rabbit's foot. Hooey, says the catcher. But Alan seems to believe the rabbit's foot will bring him good luck, while George, the catcher, thinks it's just a superstition. Well, we'll soon see. Strike 3, you're out. It looks like the rabbit's foot didn't help much, time anyway. But even the end of the playground period didn't end the argument between George and Alan. They took the rabbit's foot up again with Miss Carr, their teacher. George says, I told him it was no good. A rabbit's foot is just a silly old superstition. But Alan wouldn't give up. It is not, it's a fact, says Alan.
Would you be likely to survive alone in the wilderness?
That's an interesting question. In the wilderness, you gotta, let's say there's a bear, and the bear is hungry for your bones, and he said, well, bears can't talk, but he signals that he wants to eat your bones.
Well, how would he do that?
He'd like wiggle his left ear, and
like with his paw?
No, he'd wiggle it. Just like wiggle it. And a crucial skill for surviving in the wilderness is log rolling. So I'd probably run to the nearest river and get on a log and just start running. And if I fall, I'm dead. But that's just the thrill of life.
Yes.
The Canadian sport of log rolling is introduced into England. Splosh. Of course, it's really quite easy. You just climb on, stand right in the middle, pause for a moment or two, and splosh. But why trouble to stand on it? Here we go round the rolling log. But now we've had a bit of practice, we ought surely to succeed. It's so tiring. Let's have a drink. The beginners certainly provide a lot of amusement. But now watch the expert who's come over from Canada. Not only can he guide himself through the water without the log so much as trying to turn, but he goes a lot further than that. After this, log rolling takes on a new meaning.
Now what do we do?
What would you do
in the wilderness? Yeah. I know exactly what I'd do. I'd dig a little kind of a hole, and I'd expand the hole into an apartment. And that apartment would stay 50 degrees, because it's underground, it's a hole.
Okay.
It would stay 50 degrees in the winter, which is not bad, that's livable.
Yeah.
And it would be 50 degrees in the summer, and that's living, because that's nice, and that's like really good air conditioning.
That's living life to the full.
Yeah, so I'd live down there. I'd make like little moccasins that I could wear.
Yeah.
And I'd have animal skin underwear and coveralls, and I would make my own tools out of twiglets.
Twigglers?
Not Twizzlers, not twiglets. Is that a word? Twigs.
Twigs, yes.
I'd make, did I say weapons out of twiglets, twigs?
Well, you could poke someone's eye out with that.
Yeah, but I'm alone. See, that's the whole point.
You could poke your own eye out with it.
Well, I'd be very careful, because then they'd be called, all the animals would be calling me One Eye Ricky.
Yeah,
that ain't cool.
And then you'd be a sissy.
Carter, I'm not a sissy, nor I have never been, and nor will I ever be a sissy.
Yeah, safety is for sissies.
Safety is for sissies. So hence, that circles back nicely to the twigs.
Yeah.
Because I'd make weapons, and then I would go out and hunt squirrels and rabbits, and carry them back to my pristine, climate-controlled environment in my 50-degree hole.
Hunting without dogs just wouldn't be hunting. And Tim Porter, local sportsman, makes the problem of transporting his setters a very simple one. With a snappy tang in the air, It doesn't take any coaxing to get a couple of frisky dogs ready for a hunting trip. They're doggone enthusiastic. That's the way he keeps them both warm and comfortable on the road in their own private and spacious compartment. How do they get air? That's easy. Adjustable canine, no draft ventilation.
Maybe we should move on.
Okay.
To a more serious manner.
Yeah, go ahead.
So let's talk about bullying.
Bullying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
you've got some stories on that.
Yeah.
I do too.
So
of being the victims of bullying.
Okay.
We weren't the bulliers,
no,
right?
no. Only to my cat. But anyways, so it was around the summer of '06. I was building with blocks, and I'm like.
I remember those.
An 80-year-old man comes over, and he says, "Would you like to play with me, little boy?" And I said, and I picked up the box and I threw it in his face. And then
were you bullying him, or? Go ahead.
No, he bullied me. So I threw the block in his face, and then I saw a single tear roll down his face, and then he ruined my block sculpture. So then I started crawling away, and then you could say it's like soccer because he punted me like a soccer ball.
Yeah, when I think back on that, it just.
You were there, right?
Yeah.
Weren't you
weren't you
like drinking beer and just watching?
I was watching the whole thing. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. Then you became friends with the old man afterwards. Right?
Yeah, and you know what? Which I haven't told you.
What?
I haven't told you this. That was your grandpa, the old man.
Oh.
Please, Chick, that hurts. Don't do it anymore.
Are you gonna be on my side if I let you up?
Sure, Chick, sure. I'm on your side. Just let me up. I'll do anything you say.
Okay, Skipper. You're on my side.
Sure, Chick, I'm on your side.
Okay, let's go find the other fellas.
Hi, fellas.
Hi, Fred.
Hi, look what I got.
Where'd you get that?
Dad gave it to me for my birthday.
All my old man ever gave me was a good licking.
Just the same, that's where I got it.
Get off, I don't want to ride it.
Oh, no, Chick, not my new bike. Did he hurt you, Raymond? No, he didn't hurt me. But gosh, my new bike.
But did you explain that because we don't know what we're doing, we just pick up the book and read jokes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, so my phone is ringing right now, but...
You want to take it? Just for the hell of it? Go ahead, take it. Who is it?
Hello.
Tell them we're recording.
Hello? Hi.
Oh, is that your mom?
Okay.
Yeah, tell her we're taping.
We're filming our TV show like right now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
You're on camera right now.
Her voice. Okay.
Hello to the listening audience.
Okay.
All right. Yep.
Okay, we gotta let it dead air.
All right, bye.
All right. Kill it. Cool. That's a new one.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All right.
That's old.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways.
Joke book.
Joke book. What kind of lighting did Noah use for the art?
He lit any expired animals on fire.
No, I think you're thinking of Uncle Steve.
Yeah, you're right.
He used floodlights and arc lights.
That makes sense. Carter, you want to read another joke?
Yeah, sure. Let me try to find one. Let's see. How many government workers does it take to change a light bulb?
I'm going to say 14. Somebody just peeked in through the window over there.
Yeah. Anyways.
Should we invite him in?
We're good.
All right, go ahead.
Anyways.
14, I said.
It actually takes two. One to insist the light bulb has been taken care of, and the other to screw it into a faucet.
I kind of wanted to stop our flow here because Jake's in the booth back there, and that's where the radio station is. And a woman came in, and I think she might have a radio show. Does she have a radio show? Oh, no. Jake's saying no.
Okay, we're good.
All right, so we're cool. Man, I had the best joke, and I just lost it. I remembered it, though. Carter, what time does Serena Williams go to bed?
Around 9:30, because that's a good time to go to sleep, because you get a maximum amount of sleep.
That's pretty damn close. Again, when does Serena Williams go to sleep? Around
10 o'clock?
Around 10-ish.
I got it right.
You said 9:30.
I said 10 after that.
No, 10-ish.
Yeah, 10-ish. That's when I usually...
She plays 10-ish. Her and her sister...
10-ish?
10-ish. Venus.
I think it's called tennis.
No, 10-ish.
David has probably never stopped to think what a wonderful thing sleep is. In sleep, the muscles of the body are relaxed. It's the most perfect way to relax that we have. Our breathing is slower and deeper when we sleep. The body's temperature is lower. Even the heart beats more slowly. The whole body is resting. To rest all our muscles, we turn in our sleep. Some people turn often, others not so often, but we all do it. It's a normal part of sound, healthy sleep. Dreams are normal too. Often they're suggested by things around us while we sleep.
Again, frequently throughout the show I panic because I don't know what we're going to do next, and right now would be one of those times.
Actually, I remember something.
Yeah.
I saw last weekend, I was at the fair.
Yes.
And I saw...
What fair?
I can't say the name has to be disclosed.
Okay.
So I went to the fair, and it was about closing...
Disclosed means you tell what the name of the fair is.
It's closed.
It's closed. The name. Okay, go ahead. The fair is closed.
I went to the fair, and it was about closing time, and I was ready to pack up, and I saw this booth, and it said, "Dancing Frog, Hopping Frog," or something.
Oh my gosh! Somebody. I've heard of this.
Yeah. So
it's been. Where did I think the lady at Woodman's mentioned something about this.
Yeah, I really wanted to record it, but
yeah.
I didn't have my phone on me. So I wish we could show you. It was pretty amazing. Actually.
Yeah. You know what's funny too?
What?
Is after this event that's people have been talking about, the woman at Woodman's said, "By the way, we have a special on frog legs back in the frozen section." And
did the frog donate its leg?
I don't know.
Or did it die? Did it die, Dad? Did the frog die?
Celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Jumping Frog of Calaveras County, later celebrated in Mark Twain's famous story, the International Frog Jump gets underway at Angels Camp, California. The croakers bear such distinguished names as Winnie and Clem from England, a Canadian jumper, Thames River Tom, fed on vitamins made from genuine Canadian maple leaves, and African Magic and Cape of Good Hope, who arrived all the way from South Africa by plane. Phew, this is really international. Come on there, Basso Profundo. For these slithery monsters, the length of the jump is measured in a straight line from the start to the end of the third jump. By a great something or other, the winner's name was Can't Take It, at 15 feet 6 1/2 inches. Not bad by a long jump.